Alright, hey, what's up everyone? We are back for another video here at the 2026 TMEA convention. This time I've taken a stop by my good friends Dynasty and Titan here in their booth space, and I thought we'd do the same thing. We'll just take a look at what they have going on. A lot of it's the same, some of it is new in the best way. Right now I'm over here on the side with the Dynasty keyboards. We got the marimba, the Glock, Vibe, and I know they also do a xylophone. These are all on their E-frames, the Titan E-frames, and if you've not seen these, it's like magic. It's one of the best steps forward, I think, in keyboard design in a while. And what we have going on, I was messing with this one a minute ago, is a little push button here that allows you to adjust the height of the keyboard with the push of that button. We don't have to deal with wing nuts. We're not dealing with like the crank things. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it gives a little readout of the height. And what's cool about this is that this does link over to an app for the smartphone, and you can save, I think, up to 3 or 4, it's a small handful of preset heights that you can simply, connect with Bluetooth, press the preset height, and it will raise or lower to that height, which is super helpful, especially if you've got, like a practice room or a part of the band hall where you have multiple students every single day coming in and out. And we all know that, kids are gonna be different heights. This makes accommodating their proper playing position so much easier. I'm all about it. Some folks are a little skeptical, like, yeah, what if we don't have power, or what if it breaks? But these things are rock solid. I've been all in with these new E-frames. I think it's one of the best things to happen to keyboard design in a while. And I don't think I'm alone in that assessment. I mean, this entire marimba just raising up, and there goes the power cable. So you'll see that in this case, what's the power cable plugged into? Well, it's not. How do we have power? They do have a battery upgrade option for these for this design. So the regular default design does not include the battery. You can simply plug the power cable into the wall and it'll work. With the battery design, it lasts, I can't remember how many hours of use they said it lasts, but it does last quite a while before it needs to recharge. So with the battery upgrade, you don't even have to have it close to an outlet. It'll just work wherever you're at. I think that's super slick. One thing I'll probably mention to my friends is that, hey, let's include like a Velcro strap on this or something so that we can properly store the power cable when we're in motion. But that's a small detail that I can work out with them, no problem. And there's probably some good feedback that they'll be able to easily move on. But the E-frames are just, I don't know, they're one of my favorite things. I think it's super cool. And it's able to accommodate a wide variety of issues. It's less parts, easier to maneuver, and it just looks cool. These are just beautiful keyboards. And of course, they do have the 1.5" aux rail that can go on the back for your accessory instruments. And I'm still working with them to change this middle bar to the standard 1.5" square tubing, but we can still position microphones on these. So, if you're looking to roll these out for marching band, which is absolutely what they're built for, you can still hang your mics underneath here. Santa Clara Vanguard has been doing that every summer. And it's been working great for them, of course. They're one of the best out there. Moving on to the drum side of things, which, by the way, quick aside as we move over, did you know that Microphonic Designs, yes, while we are primarily an audio company, as an extension of our work with Titan Field Frames, we are a direct dealer for Dynasty drums. So if you're looking for your next Dynasty drumline, yes, we can actually help you out. And in fact, one of my local schools back up in the DFW area, Lebanon Trail High School, we did actually get them their Dynasty drumline a couple years ago, which was fantastic. And that included, quad snares, basses, stands, harnesses, covers, the works. About the only thing I was not able to get them was fresh drum heads, because we don't do that. That's our friends over at Dallas Percussion. And in fact, back when I was still marching DCI and doing WGI and all that stuff, my entire drumming, career, as a young performing member, was on Yamaha, and I wanted to move up to Ohio to be in a group that used Dynasty. And sadly, the year that I went up there and did that, they announced that, oh, we're not with Dynasty. And then guess what? The folks at Marching USA took over and have done wonderful things with the brand, because over a decade ago, it wasn't looking so hot. And the folks at Marching USA have really made the brand their own, and I'm so proud that it's in my own backyard. In fact, their facility is just up the road from me. I live a little bit east of Denton, in Denton, Texas. Their facility is right up in Gainesville, so not only is it local to Texas, but it's literally close to home for me, and I regularly am going up to their facility to visit, check out what's new, and make sure I know, like, I'm hip with what's going on. The drums, the quads are my favorite. Y'all know I'm a quad player, and one of my favorite things, excuse me, about this design is the cradle design. And it's not a big solid chunk of wood, it's these two plates that are separated by air, right? So it's not a big heavy thing. The perception, like when you look at it like this, it looks like it's a big heavy block of metal, but it's these two plates that hold everything together. And then of course the quick entry mount is, again, just an awesome design for putting the drums on. It's so easy and so quick. This is what they look like. The carriers, I believe, are in white and black. I believe the standard color is going to be black. And they've also unveiled the new petite size carrier. You can see here it's quite a bit shorter. There's fewer moving parts, and it just uses a standard wrench to tighten everything up. And you can actually get, I have a wrench attachment in my toolkit that has it's able to accommodate pretty much any size hex bolt. I think it's called like a gator grip or something like that. I'll see if I can find the link for it and drop it down below. But if you got one of these or one of those in your head bag, it's no problem to make adjustments on the fly. And here we have one of the bass carriers. They've also been working really hard on their concert line. They've got some really special stuff lined up here. Some of these shells are deceptively heavy. They are real thick. Take a look at this. Underneath that shell, look how thick that is. That's a big boy snare. So the concert line is taking a step up. Be sure to check these out. If you're planning to come to the show next year, or even PASIC, they're gonna have these set up. They're awesome. On the marching side, y'all already know the customization is off the charts. They're able to do any combination of any color you can possibly think of. Lead times are the quickest in the industry, and a big part of that is because Dynasty has been doing a big push, big overhaul to do as much of everything in-house as they possibly can. And in fact, one of the big upgrades and updates they've done to their facility is they've added an aluminum casting area. These aluminum hoops, they actually cast themselves. They melt the metal down. It's like these big iron, or these big blocks of metal. They melt it down, they shape it themselves, and they actually build these things in-house. It's wild. So even their hoops at this point are not being brought in, they're building them themselves. And you can see right here, look at that. That's the Dynasty stamp. They're putting that on there themselves. And what I think is really cool, a really nice touch, is they're also including the part number. Look at that. That's the replacement part number right there on the underneath the bottom there. So that it's real easy to find those replacement parts. And they're already pretty easy with replacement parts. And if you're not sure what you need, you can get in touch with them. They have percussion staff working on the team that has direct experience, that's been in your shoes. My good buddy Zach Shear is like the guy over here now to reach out to if you've got questions about what might be the best fit, tenor, quad configuration, or what size bass line should I get. My homie can help you out over here at Dynasty, and I even have experience with that. I was a battery guy for a long time too before I really got into the audio stuff, so I'm happy to help with those questions as well. Again, at Microphonic Designs, we're primarily audio, but we can help you out with Dynasty as well. Moving over to the Titan side, y'all know that we've also been a fan of Titan stuff for a long time. Again, they're just up the road, and I work with their equipment quite regularly. Here we've got one of their single wide mixer frames. This is a really good fit for a Yamaha TF1 and maybe a power conditioner with a rack drawer and maybe an audio output. Usually these things will come with the speak-on cables built into it, but most of us nowadays are using active speakers, so I'll just tell them, hey, don't worry about the speak-ons, we're gonna get a custom panel put in the rack space, and so these are not even in the way for a lot of the setups that I work on. Down here, taking a closer look at that, if you are using passive speakers, they have a 3D printer. They 3D print their own boxes. They really are committed to doing everything in-house, ensuring that it's as 100% American made as they can make it, and it's just awesome to see. So there we go, a nice look on the inside of the cart. All metal design, very durable. There we go. Awesome stuff. And then of course we've got the speaker E-frames. So these have the same tech that the keyboard frames have, but it's built into the speaker frame design. So check this out. Imagine you've got your loudspeaker here. With the press of a button, you're able to change the angle of that speaker. Super easy to do, and in fact, you've seen these in a couple of the videos if you're subscribed to the channel. The Little Elm High School setup, and Lebanon Trail also has the speaker E-frames, but I've not done their setup. But the Little Elm setup would be the video to check out because they've had these frames for the last 2 years. Game changer. Super awesome tech, high quality frames, and again, just like with the keyboard E-frames, you can get the battery upgrade, but because we're typically running powered speakers anyway, we already have a power cable coming out to the speaker stack, and we can simply have this plugged in where our speakers are plugged in. So there's really, like, the concern about not having power is a bit of a non-issue when it comes to these frames. Rock solid, excellent stuff. And then of course we've got the drum set frame. This is a foldable design. They've intended for this to be able to fold up and kind of squeeze in to fit through school doors. Just like we've seen before, we've got the raised platform so the entire kit can fit up top. And this here, this like bar, it's a stopper for the kick drum, but it can also act as a microphone mount for your kick drum. And then this entire thing is built with that 1.5 inch square steel tubing so that we can fit your normal square clamps on these with whatever brand you have. These are the Titan square clamps. Pearl would work, Yamaha would work. And you're able to raise your performer, have them elevated, get everything on one cart, and have your drum kit mobile, which is excellent. And guess what? This isn't, you wouldn't think that this would be for anything more than marching band or indoor, but like you could use this for jazz band too, or any other application where you need a drum kit. So hopefully that's a good tour of what they have going on. My voice is certainly starting to go. I can feel it. You guys can probably hear it. But I just wanted to do a quick look around the Dynasty Titan booth, see what they have, do some highlights, and simply point out that their commitment to the local community, particularly in North Texas, but Texas as a whole, is unparalleled. I mean, being right here in our backyard, they take care of us in this area, and whether you're in Texas or not, I can attest that they will get you taken care of. They're great folks. I've known them for over 10 years at this point, and I love working with them. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you're looking for a new drumline, we can help you do that. Again, it's not our focus, but we know a lot about it. All the folks on my team come from a marching background. We get it. We've been there, we understand it, and we'd be happy to help, again, whether that's with the Dynasty drums themselves or the Titan frames that they also make. So until next time, Al, take care. See you then. Peace.